and the start date is in September, and it is in the it's in September is all I can say. It's kind of early in September, but it's not the 1st of September, but it's not the 31st of September. So if things go well, and you never know in crypto because you could run into something that takes 6 days rather than 4 hours like you thought, we expect to go into audits in early September. So the day we go into audit, we will of course announce this plenty in advance, a full 24 hours in advance. So, but not only will we be going into audits, but testnet will be open, and you will see so many streams. The Telegram will open up, the X will open up, and we will be having live streams. We will be showing how to use the utility platform, and we hope that hundreds and even thousands of people use this platform. It's not just your simple, there's nothing wrong with staking platforms and auction platforms. Those are amazing. Those are really, really good. And if you play those games, you love them. This is something completely different because this is a platform. This is a utility platform. So you'll get to play with it, and there are so many things to do on this platform. I think once you see it, you will have ideas that will start to sprout from your own mind about how you personally will use this utility platform. And that's where I'm going to leave it at there. I can, like I said, the old meme, 2 weeks away. Well, we're about 2 weeks. You know what? We're probably 2 weeks away. Probably about 2 weeks away. Because whenever you're scheduling auditors, you got to lock in their time, right? Because you choose, and we've already chosen. We've already selected auditor number 1. So when we give them a date, it's going to be within 3 to 5 days of that date, because they have to pay their own bills. They only get paid when they have clients. So we're really close, ladies and gentlemen. We're really, really close.
Great. Thanks, James. That update is really appreciated, and we're looking forward to what you have explained is going to be a utility platform for the entire ecosystem, benefiting the entire ecosystem. So thanks again. September is here already, so you don't feel the need to kind of explain.
It's only September for you. Only you and I are over the international line. I think most of the rest of the people are still back in the past.
Still in August.
Back in the 1800s. So I'm just kidding. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you for the time.
Well,
we can't wait
thanks,
to go live on testnet and such. So thank you, people, my friends, my community, and those who I haven't met yet. Feel free to stop in and get to know us as soon as we open the Telegram.
Great. Okay, so now we will move on to cryptographics. Cryptographics, the ball is in your court now. Your updates.
Sweet. Yeah, thanks for that one, James. Really looking forward to seeing this thing come up into the surface. We can actually get some damn eyes on it and see what the hell you guys have been whipping up and teasing us with for the last number of months. So I'm excited for that. On the TORUS front, it's been really, really interesting to watch because we are getting into, in my opinion, the most important window of the system. And that window is to do with the ratio of TITANX, to do with the staking mechanics and the power of staking within TORUS. TORUS is designed most powerfully when the price comes down. And so right now, if you were to go and you want to follow along with me, I'm going to talk you guys through what I'm seeing here. The TORUS system operates around the 10 million to 1 TITANX to TORUS ratio, and that goes up every single day by 0.08%. But right now, what we've been seeing, if you go to the TORUS dashboard, or you go to the price chart, that we've kind of stabilized. Now it's cool because live here, the last 36 minutes, we saw someone do a nice choosy sell for about $4,600, which knocked us down to 7.5 million to 1 ratio. But we've kind of started to go sideways here. And what's most important to see for people to understand as well is that prior to this phase where we were below 10 million, the creation ROI was much higher than the staking ROI. And now the staking ROI is 3,180%. And the creation ROI is only 2,431%. And I'm saying only to thousands of percent ROI. But the point is, it's been a significant change. And now from over 20,000 or 18,000, 16,000% ROI for creation and only a few thousand% ROI for staking, now we flipped. And this is when the system is really important to watch. And if you want to really see what's been going on, go to the stats page on torus.win, go down, click on the Dune Analytics dashboard, go to the dashboard. And what you're going to see is on the daily unlocks into the future, we have a massive amount of stakes that have begun to be created. And this is perfect because people are using the system exactly how it was designed. And if we actually go down to the daily TORUS stake activity, we can see the last number of days, the number of stakes has been going up and up and up quite significantly. In the last 2 days, we've had 12 stakes each day, which prior, one of the largest days that we had was around 5. And this is extraordinarily significant because we are seeing in real time how the theoretical incentive structure flip that happens at the 10 million to 1 ratio is really causing user behavior to change in real time. We've gone from people creating to now people even buying on the market. And you can see this by going and looking at the transactions. You can see people going and buying on the market and then staking. And this is so important because people are getting what's happening here in this system. And, you know, even if we see turbulence, like we could see the price keep going down, it's possible. But the important thing here is that we're seeing already people doing exactly as TORUS was designed to allow people to do, is to scoop up cheap shares and get in the system. And so my question is next, and what I'm really watching and excited for is when the price goes lower, like let's say it goes another 50% down, maybe it goes to another 75. I don't know. Not really worried about it either way. But wherever it goes, what happens? Does it last a day or two? Does it last a week? Does the market get to it? Will the buy and burn be turned up? I'm really curious to see, you know, how things react because this is the most important time in the system because it's the first time it's going to happen. And this will set the stage for everything in the future as well. So the other thing that I want people to pay attention to and that I'm really excited to watch is we're only on about day 50. What is it? Day 52. We're about to cross over into day 53 in about the next 43 minutes, 42 minutes. And what is going to catch people off guard if you weren't aware of this is that the staking can bring in a surprising amount of both TITANX and ETH, even though it's just staking. And if people are deciding to go shorter stakes than 88, well, then this actually, even what I'm saying, gets exacerbated even more, and even more TITANX and ETH can be brought in beyond my expectations. So when it's around the 10 million token mark, I think it is, the staking alone can bring in 5.5 trillion tokens just to stake. Let that sink in for a second. There's 125 million tokens as our cap supply, and about 10 million will come out around, where is it here? Cumulatively, around day 116, 10 million tokens cumulatively will come out. And that is so early in this protocol. We've only brought in, if we go to the stats, we've only brought in about 3.8, 3.9 trillion TITANX from creation. And in order for 10 million to be staked, that's 5.5 trillion roughly. Could be more by the time we get there if that supply gets deferred. So anyways, I know I'm kind of monologuing a bit here, but it's really exciting for me. And I think a lot of people, you know, I'm seeing the Telegram are excited about it and seeing the vision and seeing it play out and really, you know, getting it. And this next 2 months, 3 months, as we go up to day 110 as the fractal gets released, we're going to see all the things that I've been trying to relay for so long actually begin to play out. And I'm just so excited personally. So I hope you guys are too. And yeah, I have nothing else to add on that point. Really, everything's going as usual. It legitimately is going better than I had hoped. And I can't wait to see things play out even more. It's just so fun. just such a crazy crazy time to be here with you guys and be building and having a new system like this really starting to play out and show its strength. So thanks everyone.
Cryptographics, when you were announcing things, and then you said, it was a long wait period, and then we got in testnet, and I was in that testnet within literally 15 minutes of the time I heard it went live. I was in there doing creations, trying to figure out how it all worked, and it was super beautiful interface and just really, really well done. So expect a call or a message from the team, because TORUS has exceeded expectations in how well it's gone. We'd like to know some juju. What's the magic juice over there that you got? Maybe you sprinkled the chicken bones out there, or maybe you said something, maybe you waved your hands in the air, whatever you did. We'd love to know, and we will definitely be reaching out to you for other things too. But no, congratulations. And I love the way TORUS is operating. It's a beautiful protocol, so well done.
Thanks, James. We'll love to speak anytime you guys want to, talk about design or protocol stuff. Line's always open. And thank you.
Well, yes, thanks, Cryptographics. And you definitely have built a really powerful protocol here. I mean, none of this is taken into account that we may very well have TORUS as a collateral asset on Ouroboros. And if Bullish leaves Aave type protocol is launched anytime soon, it may very well, of course, list TORUS as a collateral asset as well. Now, you add that to the mix, in an upwardly trending market, with TORUS maturing. I think we all will be really happy that TORUS is part of our ecosystem and was first tried out within the TITANX ecosystem and shown to be, really, really powerful as a protocol that that controls inflation of the underlying being, of course, TITANX here, and is a massive contributor to the ecosystem. So yes, Cryptographics, thanks again, and we're definitely looking forward to how the tokenomics behaves, how TORUS behaves going forward. Great. Yuta, over to you. I'll suggest we look at rounding up in the next sort of 10 minutes or so. But good. Yuta, over to you. Any updates on the Blaze front?
I've been sworn to secrecy, but I can tell you that I'm very, very excited, as is Ali Kane, about what we're doing and what we have coming next for Blaze. I love Blaze through and through, man. It's just a solid protocol. It just keeps running. And true DeFi, there are zero admin keys on Blaze whatsoever. So really excited what's coming for that. And I just wanted to say, a shout out to Cryptographics. Nice work on TORUS. And I don't think people really understand it unless you've built a protocol before, but to launch it and see it perform as designed and as you visioned it, man, it's very, very powerful. And you can only model things to an extent, until you release it out in the wild, you just don't know. And so, I'm happy for you, man. Good job. And I think TORUS is extremely bullish for TITANX ecosystem. And I'm eagerly awaiting what the 6-pack is launching. I'm chomping at the bit too. I want to jump on that test net also. So yeah, things are great, man. Things are good here. man, this ecosystem, man, I just feel like it's locked and loaded. I really do. So yeah, thanks for hosting the space, and thanks everybody for tuning in, and jump into the weekly blaze Tuesday night, and may get some alpha drops. That's all I have.
Thanks, Yuta. And I will say to everyone, the floor is open to ask any questions that you may have of our builders. The floor is open.
While we wait for anyone to raise their hands, may I give a quick, maybe 30 seconds?
Of course.
All right, terrific. Since I am on the Helios DAO, I can speak for Helios. Now, keep in mind that everything that the dude builds is all interconnected. So, as I mentioned on the last space, he launched the Giannis Tower. Good Lord, a month ago? I don't know, 30 days plus ago, maybe more. So Giannis Tower directly benefits HLX. So if you want to learn how that all works, so and it's not on the TITANX hub because it did not follow the fair launch protocols. It's not a fair launch protocol, but it's directly benefiting HLX. There's no way it can hurt HLX, is what I'm saying. So if you want to learn more about the tower, we do plan on doing a swap and burn event. Now, when I say event, I usually mean a stream, but instead it's not going to be one of those. It won't be an actual stream. It'll be an advertise, a marketing effort. We'll be posting with a very large ex-marketer, and we'll be, swinging by some of our partner collabs and just announcing that's happening. So we'll make sure that everyone knows about it, but it's not going to be on a live stream. And it has had a huge run up. It had up to like a 25 or 30x run up from the day it launched, and then it had corrections. So that's one of those things where it is purely speculative. 28 layers of bonded liquidity. Now, we learned about how powerful bonded liquidity is. TITANX bonded with ETH, DragonX bonded with TITANX, Baby DragonX bonded with DragonX, Scale bonded with Baby DragonX. Now, Scale never did its amazing run up, but that was long after DragonX's huge run up. So, the top of the tower, it could be like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. It could topple over. So if you want to play that game, go check it out. That was the one thing I wanted to say. And I did want to mention that on the Pump Uranus protocol, Smoke is the second ring of the build on Uranus protocol, and we are still finalizing how that would look as part of the third build on Uranus piece. That is for Rich to decide. He is the primary founder of that one, so he has one or two decisions to make if he wants to participate in the overall build over there. He's a great builder. He's always looking out for the community. He wants to do what's best for the community. So he wanted to really think through things. So it's not just a rush out, okay, I'll do it this way. So we're just waiting for him to make one or two final decisions, and then we will be ready to tell you what's happening in Uranus. Thanks very much, everyone, and have a great week.
Great. Thanks, James. Yes, Kesh, over to you.
Hello. I want to make my hand disappear. Okay, it doesn't disappear. I'm sorry.
No problem.
I haven't been in spaces for a long time. Yeah, first of all, I'm great. You do this stream every Sunday. It's cool. Thank you for inviting to speak. I am honored. I want to say that cryptographics basically dragged me into this system of TITANX where I am a total noob. But I participated in TORUS and then in Unity, so I'm curious to learn more about Ouroboros and collateral with TORUS and so on, but also in other systems in TITANX ecosystem. And I didn't want to interrupt earlier when you talked about macro, but I don't want to extend this spaces too long. Maybe next time we speak about macro again, but I think this bull cycle, as far as we expect it to be different and longer, so why shouldn't it go longer than 600 days to 28? But that's maybe a topic for next time. Or basically, it's no use maybe to discuss, we don't know, but I don't exclude that possibility. And basically, I also thought, oh, I wait until Q4 this year, but I am preparing to wait longer. And that's what I wish you all, guys, to stay strong. We made it through hard times, and let's keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thanks, Kesh. You definitely can take the next a few minutes, 5 minutes or so. We're all ears. Please do share your insights with us. We don't have to wait for
Okay.
the next phase. Yeah, the floor is open. It's all yours.
Thank you. It's I'm honored. Well, basically, I listened to some streams of Cairo Copeland. I don't know if you guys know him. He is on PulseChain, but he's a macro guy. He is not especially a PulseChain guy. He was working in a TA company, and he knows a lot about markets and this money printing and bonds and so on and stuff. And basically, Trump definitely gets this midterm election, and I assume by 2028 there will be a new election. And well, also I'm expect JD Vance to be the next president. So I think before the midterm election in February, in upcoming February, they will try to raise the GDP and so on, and to make economy go up. And I think they will try to do the same by 2028, before the next election. So if we are talking about extended cycle, then maybe it's even more extended than we think, because last time it kind of already extended, and maybe this time it extends even more. That's the basic thought.
Okay, well, definitely that your insight is definitely rooted in clear logic. Definitely. I mean, we know that politicians, when approaching elections, definitely want to give out gifts to the electorate in order to get elected. And you're right. Next year's midterms will not be any different. I don't expect 28 to be any different either. That said, and this is my view, of course, the markets could be quite irrational here, and as you know, and there's definitely going to be a downturn at some point, irrespective of what the politicians do. And again, if we're ready for the downturn, I think we should do well. And if the market continues to to trend upwards, we're also prepared for that. So I think I think we really are in a good place here. I think you mentioned that earlier. yes, the last couple of years, it really has been rough. It's been rough. I mean, within the TITANX ecosystem, we've experienced that big time. And I've got to be clear on this. Now, I'm not talking about rug pulls, because we don't include that as being, a rough ride. That's simply fraud and theft of funds of community members, and that occurs in a big way in other ecosystems. And so I'm not going to include that. What I'm talking about here really is just a sort of, in the nature of things, markets have their ups and downs, and sometimes it retracts, it expands. That's what I'm talking about, not the theft of communities' funds that some people tend to lump into into this category. The markets over the last couple of years, yes, has been rough. And the next few months ahead, we're hoping would really be, much better. And the parabolic bull run will take us into a completely different space altogether. And I think we all will be fully aware when that's happening. So, Kesh, thank you for your insights and observation. And I think this is definitely a great place to be. So we've been through that tough ride. Our funds haven't been stolen, so that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about being through a rough ride. Your assets are there. We've seen the market retract, and we are looking forward to significant growth in the future. So our assets are still with us for those who haven't sold. We definitely are all here and looking forward to the market returning to good times. So great. Okay, so I think we're going to wrap up now, and I'd like to start with Utah, your final remarks, and then we'll move on to cryptographics and James, and then wrap up. Utah.
Yes. Hey, I wanted to give a shout out to Jukes and Keto and their website, TITANX Utils. Guys, if you haven't been on this yet, go check it out. The level that they've went to for information and data on this site is absolutely amazing. If you're in TITANX ecosystem, go check this out. You will not be disappointed. I had no idea how good it was. We had Jukes on the Weekly Blaze on Tuesday, and he was walking Ali through all of it, and it is absolutely amazing. So yeah, go check it out. That's all I have.
Thanks, Utah. Absolutely. I think we should touch upon this next week as well, because Keto is just, he does such great work, and really keeps quiet about it, or let's put it this way, he's not making as much noise as as you would expect. He would, of course, come up now and again and explain what he's doing. And please, I think when hopefully he plays this back, and if anybody could reach out to him, let him know that his efforts are definitely being acknowledged, and we will touch upon his work next week. Good. Cryptographics, over to you.
Yep. All I got to say is this is another great space week after week. Thanks to Plan A and James and Utah and everyone that shows up week in, week out. Love hanging with you guys and chatting about what's going on here and hearing about everything that's coming and how far we've come. So thanks everyone for being here, and have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And look forward to seeing you guys all next week.
Thanks, Cryptographics. James.
I never like to follow cryptographics because he's so, like, his voice is so friendly, and so he says all the right things, and then I get on and think, how could I possibly even come close to anything like that? But for real, cryptographics, you just amazing. Like, you do a great job. So I'd like to close out, kind of repeating what I said earlier. Thank you everyone for stopping in. If if you've been in a protocol for a while and you haven't looked at others, go check them out. Stop in the Telegram, ask some questions. Stop by when you go to TITANX Hub. Do a sort. Do a sort by either market cap. Do a sort by up or down 24. The percentage 24 hours up or down. Sort by volume. Take a screenshot of that once in a while, and then come back to it the following week. And you'll find that, oh my goodness, if I'd have put $500 in token A, it would be $800 today. Or could be the other way. If I put $500 in this token, it could be $100 today. So there are definitely games to be played, even in a smaller ecosystem where the market cap is 50 million currently in the total 41 protocols. That's been as high as like almost 90 million within the past 60 days. So it's, it also fluctuates. So there's definitely cycles to be earned or to be analyzed within the TITANX ecosystem. I fully believe in TA inside the TITANX ecosystem, by the way, because it's more not controlled, because it's smaller and there are less there are less factors of really affecting it. What we really need is new participants. Tell your friends, tell your family, and let's keep launching great platforms and great protocols with lots of green candles. Not just green candles for a week, not just green candles for a month, but ways for people to really participate long term and have green candles. That's what's going to put us back on the map like the old days. And I'm sure that Jake has got some fantastic things. I don't want to guess if it's a protocol or a platform. How could I possibly guess that? But I will say, thank you, Jake, for getting me on nicotine gum. That's my one. That's my one thank you. We have this thing in Vietnam called Oh No. It's literally OHNO, capital letters. And the first time I saw it at a pharmacy, I thought, who would chew gum that says Oh No? And you don't need a prescription. You can just pick up some Oh No, and each of those tablets is 2 milligrams of nicotine, and it is fantastic. I find it to be much higher focused than caffeine. So I can't wait to thank him in person someday, or at least on a stream, rather than just message him, because I want to really tell him, thank you for introducing me to the world of nootropics, because there's much more out there than obviously just nicotine. But thank you for the community members who have joined. Big things are happening. Just look at the innovation of cryptographics. Is he done? Cryptographics isn't finished. You think he's two and done? No way. That guy's got stuff up his sleeve for the future. I'm sure of it. And we can't wait to launch public testnet. Keep your eyes and ears open. It'll be all over X. You will not be able to ignore it. When public testnet goes for the TITANX six-pack utility platform, you literally will see it everywhere. It'll be on every feed. Every time you open it up, you'll see something there. So thank you, everyone. Have an amazing week. Take good care of yourself, and all the best.
It's great. Thanks, James. And just to wrap up, I'd like to thank James and Cryptographics for being excellent co-hosts. We'd like to thank Utah and Kesh and our other speakers, and Penny definitely for giving us a really good analysis of the macro, and sharing his insights. And thank you to everyone for making the time and attending. DeFi DJ, I see you. I know we were talking about Cato earlier and his website, and the same goes, of course, for the work that you have done and continue to do, and the resources that both you and Cato have kindly delivered to the community. Definitely are really helpful. To everyone who is probably new, do feel free to visit TITANX Hub. That's Mike Dean's TITANX Hub. And you could, take a look at the protocols that we have within the ecosystem. Any questions, do feel free to join our various Telegram groups, and you will be most welcome. Okay, we are fast approaching our second anniversary. That's just about 8 weeks away. I think from sort of the next space, I'd like us to start really thinking seriously what we want to do as a community to mark our second anniversary. Again, let's just take this as a heads up for that. And yeah, lastly, we are expecting sort of new projects within the ecosystem over the next few weeks, months. The six-pack from Dude and James, Super Shadowy of Ouroboros, is going to launch something soon that would I think be an infrastructure that will support Ouroboros as a borrow lend stable coin ecosystem or sub ecosystem of TITANX. I think James has also mentioned cryptographics hasn't finished. Eric of DragonX also has a few things up his sleeve. So there is quite a lot happening within our ecosystem, and I hope that we all continue to participate and continue to contribute in our various ways to make sure that this ecosystem is an astonishing success as we enter into our third year. Of course, we're currently in our second year, but as we enter into our third year, I think we need to start asking ourselves questions as to what's next and how we can make that happen. On that note, I'd like to say thanks again, everyone, for attending and participating. Have a great week ahead and see you next week. Take care and God bless.